Good morning, everybody. Stolen Bear here. This is my fourth consecutive day of hiking with the backpack on since a 2-week break. Just more thoughts have come to my mind that I want to share with everybody. I should be doing a gear review by the end of the week. I have a couple more things coming in, swapped out tents, and I'll cover that during the gear review. But the thought I wanted to cover this morning, and it's hot already. I've been wearing my hat because of the sun, and it's bearing down already. So leaving in February, I might be appreciative of the cool weather for a few days, and then I might start complaining about that. As we always say, if you're not complaining, you're not really happy. But I try to have fun with it. Which brings me to the point of my thought for today. I find that when you tell people that you're doing a through hike and they don't fully understand, and you kind of have to, they want you to justify why you're doing the through hike. And really, that's what I'm kind of beyond trying to justify anything to anybody at this stage of my life. And their comment was, "Oh, you're opposed to working." And my immediate response was no, I'm opposed of not living my life and doing the things that I want to do while I'm capable of doing it. So I thought that was a pretty good comeback. But obviously that's kind of stuck in my mind because I'm talking about it here yet again this morning, is that I take a lot of personal pride in the work that I do. So when you question my ability to work or my enthusiasm to work, kind of eats at my crawl. So I've been working since the time I could swing a hammer, construction with my dad. I have various jobs from gas stations to supermarkets. I even worked as a maid one summer. And I worked in a restaurant one time as a busboy for a all-you-can-eat buffet, the Royal Fork. And being the kind of person I am, if the fellow busboy was clearing 10 tables an hour, for example, I'd want to do 15 or 20. And working at a buffet as a busboy is not the place you wanted to start. Everybody has 15 plates, all the utensils in the world, cups, glasses, and tons of food. That compiled with seeing my first paycheck and realizing I can make as much on a weekend working with my dad as I would all week there, it just didn't seem feasible to me. So that's the one and only restaurant job I ever had. All throughout my military career or even beyond to my professional career, everybody's always talked about my ability to work hard and my work ethic and everything. So much to the point of, well, we always say, you know what good work gets you? More work. That was the story of my life. The harder I worked, the more work that I got. So the fact that somebody would just even throw that out there, it bothered me a little bit because of my own personal pride on that. So anybody that throws out there that through hikers are opposed to work really don't understand what effort goes into it, both physically and mentally on that. And anybody opposes any idea of a through hike, you're not going to convince, because they simply don't understand themselves why you do it. Each individual that goes on a hike, especially a through hike that takes this type of commitment, people aren't going to understand. And we each of us have our own reasons for doing it. Personal, or for the challenge, or to clear your mind, whatever the reason it is to get your life back on track. Each individual is going to have a different reason for doing it. For me, I think it's the challenge. I think it's more to set my life back on the track that it was previously, to get back to who I really was, not to prove anything to anybody, not even myself. It's the adventure of it, it's the challenge of it, and it's having the opportunity to do it now. Can I work another 10, 15 years and still have the means physically to do something like this? I'm not sure, so I'm not even sure what's going to occur next year, next 5 years to do that. I know the opportunity is there now, and I'm physically, financially, and more importantly, mentally prepared to do this. So this is the opportunity to do it now, and this is why I'm doing it. Okay, rant and rave over. Whew. Nothing like a 4-hour hike to kind of clear your mind after rant and rave. It has been like 4 hours, so if I repeat myself anyways, just bear with me. The whole point of it was that you have to be strong in your convictions to do the hike, a through hike, and everybody does it for their own personal reasons. That could go for something as simple as changing your hairstyle, to changing your career path, to moving across country. Your experiences, your perspective are what go into making those decisions, and somebody else doesn't have those same perspectives as you do. And if they sway you in any way to change your mind, your commitment wasn't that strong to begin with. So keep that in mind. If you need support of other fellow hikers, you can turn to YouTube and you can find all that you need. Get right back with you. I'm going to stop and get some water. That has to be one of the best parts of walking the area that I do, is that every half hour, every 45 minutes, there's a restroom with a water fountain. So if the trail would be so kind to have that, everybody else would do it probably. I've found as I talk to people, I find out that I'm doing the trail, they usually fall into one of several categories. Excited, happy for you, understand completely why you want to do the trail, and wish they were going with you. Another group understands why you want to do the trail, but it's not something they would ever take upon themselves to do. And the third group is think you're crazy, and it's something they would never even consider whatsoever. They think it's ludicrous. 2,100 miles, 14 states. So I'm fortunate enough to have family and support system that, first of all, understand why I want to do it. And even those very few that wouldn't want to do it or don't understand why anybody would do it, they're very supportive of allowing me to do it. So I'm happy for that. But you can find support all along. Over this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday I had a woman start talking to me, asking me what's up with the backpack type thing. When I said the Appalachian Trail, she said, "Oh, that's wonderful. I did a section hike once, and my son has done several, but to do the whole thing would be great. I wish I had the opportunity to do that." And then on Sunday, there's another woman that I later found out her name was Victoria. We kind of passed each other a couple different times, and she finally said, "You've walked a long ways," and I laughed and said, "So have you." But then we started talking about the backpack and where I'm headed, and somehow the subject turned to Florida being so flat. And she said, "Oh, you want to see mountains, you need to go to Colorado." And I kind of laughed. I said, "Well, that's where I grew up." And she said, "Yeah, 5-6 years ago, I went to Colorado with my son. We went to Copper Mountain, we went to Breckenridge, and we decided to do a little road trip. And we stopped that night in Rifle, Colorado for dinner, and we decided to stay there. And that's when I laughed out loud. I said, thinking to myself, who ever thinks about stopping and wanting to stay in Rifle, Colorado? And I explained to her, I said, the funny thing is that is where I graduated high school. It was from Rifle High School. After my family had moved from the suburbs of Denver, that's the high school that I graduated from. How funny, what a small world. So you can find support everywhere. If you need support, look to the vlogs, look to the YouTube channels, and you can find all the support you need. And from what I gather on the trail, once you're on the trail, everybody's supportive and willing there to help you. Trail angels there, merchants, and will give you discounts for hotel stays if you're through hiker and stuff. So there's some camaraderie on the trail and the support that you need. If you have the conviction to do it and you want to do it, stick to those convictions and commitment and do your through hike. And as they say, hike your hike, right? As you do it. With that, pack them up, move them out.